You guys are missing the forest for the trees on this. There is a way bigger problem than Guy here specifically justifying a terrorist attack. I guarantee I know Guy better than any of you. I actually have contact with him. I'm not going to leak any exact details of the things we discussed because it's only going to serve to further radicalize him. But we've had long and drawn out debates about this topic. We've spoken on the phone many times. My contact with him began when I attempted to coordinate a screening of the 47-minute bear witness film of the October 7th massacre for his viewing. You have to have an Israeli government official present to watch it. He felt that that was a threat to his safety. That's how disillusioned he is. But one thing I want to make very clear is he wasn't always a bad kid. At times, he seemed very well-intentioned. He saw photographs of dead children, and that evoked an emotion in him, as it would any human being. Fact of the matter is, unfortunately, children die in war. They've died in every war in human history. When somebody attacks you, it is your obligation to protect your citizens and attack them back. But he's a naive kid. He doesn't understand this, and he's fallen for the propaganda. I have watched him slowly radicalize over time, become filled with more and more hate over time. His anger has grown. Now, unfortunately, Hamas doesn't even have to plant propaganda in the heads of American children because American citizens are stupid enough to do that for them. He fell for the propaganda, he is driven by emotion, and that's brought him to a point where he feels now it is his job to spread the propaganda. It's a cycle that has captured him, unfortunately. Because again, as I said, he wasn't always like this. And this is probably the exact path that Elias Rodriguez, the man who actually shot those people, fell on. He joined the PSL, the Party for Socialist Liberation. We know he was a member as far back as 2017. He radicalized over time. The Gaza stuff sprung up. That's another catalyst for socialists. They're the ones who do the spreading of Hamas propaganda in the United States. He got very involved in that movement, and that eventually led him to have this same hate and vitriol that caused him to kill 2 unarmed people. The same thing that's caused Guy to think that that killing is justified. Again, these are 2 unarmed people. They work at an embassy. They're 30 and 26 years old. I've been to consulates and embassies. Young people do paperwork. Guy calls them war criminals. They have very little to do with the actions of the government. And they're diplomats. They're the type of people that work out these issues. It would be the equivalent of if the United States was involved in this war in Gaza and killing all these children and whatever, and then you went and killed 2 public school teachers that were employed by the federal government, or you shot up the DMV or some other state institution. These people aren't connected to the war. They have nothing to do with it. So really what it's about is just them supporting the Israeli government. And if you do that, that means that you can be shot in cold blood while unarmed. That justifies killing me in cold blood while unarmed. The fact that both of these people, both Guy and Elias Rodriguez, are homegrown. They're not foreigners. They're not from the Middle East. They're not Arabs. They're not Muslims. They are homegrown American citizens that either carry out acts of terror or justify acts of terror. That's the real story here. It's terrifying.